Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. I'm so happy to be here with you. I am bringing you this really awesome Fun Fold card. Fridays is Fun Fold Friday, and I always bring you a Fun Fold. It's a double Z fold, and I've done them many times, but this one's a little bit different. They definitely have the Z's, the two Z's, but sometimes I score them exactly even, sometimes I score them longer. You just never know what I'm going to do with them. And this one fits perfectly well with the Wonderful World bundle, which is a free product you can get as a level 2 during celebration only till the end of August. Let me show you the celebration brochure. It's on page 14 and 15. And here is the gorgeous stamp set, and look at that beautiful paper. With a $100 purchase, you can earn this stamp set and that paper. It's a 12 by 12, 12 sheets, 2 each, 6 double-sided designs. And this stamp set is gorgeous. It just doesn't do it justice to see it like this. It is amazing. And I think that you will enjoy it. Let me show you how to make this awesome card. Because there's no words in this stamp set, and because you have to purchase $100 to help you earn it, I chose to combine it with the Charming Sentiments bundle. It's a $52 bundle. You get these awesome words. There's 17 words, and then I think there's 30 dies. You get extra dies, candles and confetti and stars and hearts and flowers and stems, and oh my gosh, so cute. In addition to all of these amazing word pieces, you can see that I've die cut the words out, and that is with those dies that match. On the inside, this is what it looks like, and I also die cut that out with the die set. So look at how gorgeous this stamp set is. This is the DSP that you get with it that we are using today as well. So if you purchase this Charming Sentiments stamp set from me and use my host code for the month, you can take this sheet that's behind here. I will send that to you as a separate piece once I see that you've ordered it. I'll put it in the mail to you. But you have to select that I can contact you. So if you've never purchased from me before, make sure that you do not check that you don't want any contact, because if you don't, I won't have your address to mail you this cool sheet. So this is one of the things you can purchase in addition to other things you may want. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and use this stamp set to make this beautiful double Z fold card. So our card base is 8.5 by 5.5. And so here it is. We're going to score it in 2 places. So I'm going to grab my Simply scoreboard. I love this board. I'm going to put the 8.5 inch side down. And we're going to score it at 2 1/8. 1/8 is 1 tick past the 2. So just go 1 tick. And then at 4 1/4, which is 2 ticks past the 4. And that's all the scoring for this piece. Then our Z fold piece, which is this middle score, we're going to score that. And that piece is also Rich Razzleberry cardstock. It's 7 inches by 3.5, and we're going to score it in 2 places. We're going to score it at 3.5 inches, and we're going to score it at 5 5/8. So 5/8 is 5 ticks past the 5. So it's very simple. So you get the 5, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5/8. And that's your 2 score marks for your second piece. That's all the scoring today. But there are quite a bit of dimensions, so you can rewind the video or, write them down as we go. So again, 8.5 by 5.5 is the base scored at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and burnish that. So this is the base, and then we have this piece, which is 7 by 3.5. And we are going to burnish it as well. So I'm going to do that. And then this piece is going to come in. And so here's one of your Z's. Here's your second Z, double Z. All right. So let's move this to the side. We're going to concentrate on this piece first. So this is the base of our card. So we have 2 panels right here and 1 large panel right here we're going to work on. So I've chosen to use Blushing Bride and Melon Mambo cardstock for our base, and then I've used some Designer Series paper from the paper pack that you get for free. So let's start with the first. So these pieces are of Melon Mambo are 5 3/8 by 2 inches, and you need 2 of them. And then I cut the DSP 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. And again, you need 2 of them. They're going to be layered one on top of the other. For the large piece, you have a piece of Blushing Bride, which is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then this piece of Designer Series paper is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. So let's glue all of those together. I'm going to move this card to the corner. I'm going to add adhesive onto the backs of this gorgeous paper. And we will glue that right here. And it's just a really fine, thin edge all the way around. Let's do this one now. This is a really gorgeous pack of paper and stamp set. I think you guys are gonna love it. All right, so there's that one. Let's set it to the side and let's glue this one. So we're gonna get the larger piece here and see how pretty the back is. I've used this DSP on almost all my projects this week because I wanted you guys to really get a nice sampling, since you get the DSP for free with the stamp set. So this is the 5th project this week. So there's 4 other projects, and I'm trying to think, I think every single one has the DSP on it. So definitely check it out. I've used lots of different pieces. All right. So there's that. So now we're going to glue this to our card base. This is going to get glued here. And you can see we have a little bit of razzleberry showing behind that Blushing Bride. So let's do that piece first, since it's the one we have in front of me right now. So we're going to attach this. And I love Z-fold cards because people are surprised by them, but they're very simple to make, and you can use all different kinds of score marks so that they're a little bit different every time. All right, so there's that one. Now we're going to glue on these 2 panels here. So let's start with one. Oops, I went off the side. You know me. That's why I have the silicone mat, because I get a little crazy. I get a little crazy, guys. All right, let's put this one on the inside panel, and then we'll do the one on the outside panel. This one will be next. I need to put this back in my holder. One of my customers sent me a holder for this glue. It was so nice. I'm very grateful to her. She's a wonderful customer and becoming quite a nice friend of mine. I enjoy having her watch my videos and getting her beautiful comments that she leaves on YouTube and her emails that she sends me. I'm very grateful for her. Okay, so let's go ahead and show. This is our base. So that's easy peasy, right? I gave you all the measurements. Now let's work on our panel. So here comes our other panel. So this is the center section. So we're gonna glue the basic white cardstock down on all of those panels. So let me give you the measurements for that. So for the basic white, we have 3 pieces, 3 3/8 by 3 3/8, 3 3/8 by 2, and 3 3/8 by 1 1/4. So I'm gonna set those to the side, and one at a time, we're gonna glue these pieces onto our rich razzleberry, our second part, which is the double Z. Okay, so this one's gonna go on this piece right here. Again, just a small amount showing on all sides. Just have to rotate this. Okay. Then we're gonna do this next one, the 2 by 3 3/8. And then lastly, the 1 1/4 by 3 3/8. I'm gonna put this glue away in its holder that my friend gave me. I'll show you. Look how cute. She asked me what color was my favorite color. Hot pink, by the way, is my favorite color. All right, and there we go. There is our double Z, okay? So now we're gonna work on all the parts and pieces that go on this section, okay? So I'm gonna grab some scrap, basic white cardstock, and we are going to stamp the images. So we're gonna start with this beautiful floral image. I'm gonna go ahead and ink that up. It is so pretty. And I will stamp it here. We'll make sure that I have room for my other rose. Let's put that right there. And we'll stamp that down. I like stamping near the bottom of the screen, guys. Sorry, because I need to be able to not stick my head in the camera. That's important. So there's that one. I'm going to clean that in a second. Let's go ahead and do the rose. Let's see where it's going to fit. I think up in this corner. Yeah, right here. So let's go ahead and put that right there. Perfect. I have a little tiny bit of smudging going on there, so I want to be careful. I'm going to grab a baby wipe and clean my hands because I definitely don't want this to smudge. So I'm going to let it sit here for a second. And I will talk to you about this awesome Charming Sentiments. So it's a $1 Million Achievers stamp set, which means one of the $1 Million Achievers helped design it. I love that it has sentiments with matching cutout pieces. Oh, I did the Rose and Melon Mambo, and I really wanted to do it in Blushing Bride, but guess what, guys? It's going in Melon Mambo this time. So we're going to have a Melon Mambo rose. So the sentiments are die cut out. They're super awesome. And there's so many of them, and I've used them all week. So you guys, if you watch my other videos, you'll get to see them in action. They're really cool. So I made this one a birthday card. So it says, wishing you the happiest of birthdays. And then inside it says, because you totally deserve it, which I think is an awesome sentiment, right? And then we're going to be using these solid faceted gems. I love these because I love sparkle and glitter. And look at how pretty these shine. Don't they shine so pretty? So we're going to use those in a few minutes when we're done. So let's start fussy cutting out my flowers. So I'm going to put this to the side. And I'm going to cut this part away and get it out of our way here. We don't need it. Can use it for a sentiment later or something. And then I'm going to separate my rose and this flower. So I'm going to start down here. I'm going to do this inside piece first. So I'm going to come down this way. And I'm going to leave a border all the way around. And when you fussy cut, I know some of you don't like to fussy cut. I don't really mind. I think the look of fussy cutting makes it worth the effort. So I'm going to give it a good try. And the more you fussy cut, the better you get. You can practice, and you can practice on scrap paper. You don't even have to practice on cardstock. You can stamp your images on copy paper and practice cutting them out. And once you're happy with your fussy cutting, which, I mean, I don't think any of us are ever 100% satisfied with our fussy cutting, but no one's gonna really notice, because if you notice here, I'm leaving a little edge of white all the way around this flower. And because I do that, your eye is drawn in. And when your eye is drawn in, it's drawn to the image. Well, the image is perfect. Even though the fussy cutting is not perfect, the image is perfect. It's already stamped. It looks beautiful. And that's where people's eye is going to be drawn because of this white border around the flower. And so because of that, you don't have to be worried that your fussy cutting is not up to par, because the eye is drawn inward when you leave a white border around. So if you cut right on the edge, right on the artist's lines, you have to be a little bit more careful. But because we are leaving this border like a die cut would leave, you don't have to worry so much. It doesn't have to be that perfect look, because like I said, when you look at it, your eye is drawn to the color on the inside, not the white outer lining. So if you choose to fussy cut, leave that border around, and then you won't have to worry. No one will notice if you have a little bit of a choppy piece. And you do lose that choppiness the more you practice. And as you can see, I'm moving the paper with my left hand and my right hand is doing the cutting. I'm just holding the scissor in place and pressing it down. And as I get to the end of my image, or my blade, I mean, I will shift the scissor up. And that's what you'll see me doing with the right hand. So we're almost there. Work our way around the top of this flower. This card doesn't take too long, so I didn't think it was a problem. Normally I fussy cut ahead of time for you guys, die cut ahead of time for you guys, just to save time so you don't have to sit here and watch me since I don't edit my videos. But I didn't think it would be too hard, and I did want to give you guys the tip about the white border edge. So I just thought I could do this. It won't take too long, and the rose is super fast. So let's go ahead and work our way around. This one's a little bit more intricate because of all of those pointy pieces around that flower, the style of this flower. I'm not really sure what kind of flower this is. I'm not a gardener. I love flowers, but I'm not really good at keeping them alive. So I like doing flowers in my stamping, because then I never have to worry about watering them or making them, or over-watering them or under-watering them or not doing a good job. I'm a much better stamper than I am gardener, so that's where I'm going to stick. So there's that. That one's going to go here. And then let's get this rose fussy cut out. So I'm going to start here at the stem. And this one is a little bit intricate in that it has these triple leaves, but they're rounded, so they're super simple to go around, as you can see here. I'm just working my way around them and come up the stem. And then going around this rose is really easy because it's just a rounded image and there's hardly any dipping to go, not like that first flower that had all of those intricate ins and outs. So it's kind of like going around a circle. The hardest part of this rose is getting around those leaves. So we're gonna come here, and then this is the hard part, what I'm doing right now. And then we're gonna come down the stem and we'll be ready to glue. This card is coming together very quickly. All right, and we're gonna come down the stem and cut this end off here. Let's go a little closer. I think I went a little too far. There we go. All right, so there's our rose. Let's get all of our scrap paper off of my mat here and into my trash can. All right, so we're gonna put dimensionals on the back of these flowers. We also have our words. That was done in Blushing Bride, and this was done in Mossy Meadow. So the first one that we are going to do is going to be this, and we're gonna get our large and mini dimensionals, or regular size and mini dimensionals. And I'm gonna start with the big ones because they fill up the space much faster and quicker. We'll start with that, and then we'll see what we need to fill in with minis. So we'll go there, and then we'll use some minis on these leaves here. And then I definitely want some support down the stems. So I'm going to use the edges, and you can see this one has been well loved. I'm going to kind of come this way. Actually, I'm going to take another one and show you. So let me grab one that's really not been cut very much. I don't want the mini one. I want the regular size. Okay, this one. Okay, it threw itself at me, so it wants to be cut. So you see how you have these points? So you can come straight so that you have an angled piece. And then we're going to do is we're going to cut a real skinny strip and another one next to it, and you'll get two out of each of those pieces. So here's the first one and there's the second one. I have to pull these off to get them on there, but by putting them thin like that, you can stick them down the sides of these stems and they fill in rather nicely. I'm gonna put these into the trash before they end up on my floor. And let's do that again. So we got the next one, right? So we're gonna cut a thin and another one. So there's two more. I'm gonna pull the backs off. It's easier to stick them if you pull the backs off. So we're gonna put this one coming down this way. And we're gonna do actually 6 of these. We'll put this one up here for right now. Kind of follows that line. Sorry, I'm off of camera, I think. There we go. Follows that line there. And we're gonna put 2 more, one there, one there. Let's throw these away. And then let's get our last 2 here. So again, just we're gonna do 1 and 2 and pull the papers off, throw those in the trash. And stick these down. So we'll put one here on the stem of this flower. And this one right here. I think I need one more. I didn't realize that I had that one at the stem that I hadn't put anything. So we'll do one more. And pull that one off. We'll stick that one down here. All right, so let's pull these off. I usually use my take your pick tool, but since I have these other ones to throw away, I'm just gonna set them right there. And I'm gonna grab my take your pick tool and pierce them all at the same time. So they'll go in the trash. Okay, so this flower, we're done. We're gonna kind of attach that right here onto our main panel, just like that. And then let's do our rose. We need to cut just 2 strips for it down this piece here, down this part here, and then a little bit higher up right there. All right, so let's pull the backs off of those. If I can grab them. It's harder to get them off of those skinny pieces. And there's our rose. Our rose is gonna go on this skinny panel. We're gonna kind of angle it and just make sure it will close. So you wanna hold it up like that. All right, just like that. And then we're gonna put wishing you the happiest of birthdays. So it's gonna get glued right here. So we just need dimensionals on either side. And I'm gonna use the minis. I'm gonna put one on this side and then one on this side. And then I think I'm gonna put 2 more, one there and one there. And then I think the rest will be fine there. So let's pull the backs off. And I'm gonna put some wet adhesive in the center so that it'll have something to grab onto that flower. And we will go ahead and sit this right there where it says wishing you the happiest of birthdays. Make sure it's nice and straight, and it is. So there's that. In the center here, we're gonna put because you totally deserve it. So let's put some minis. All right, and then I'm gonna use those lines like we did for the stems on these 2 edges. So let's cut 2 of those. There's 1, and there's 2. And we'll stick 1 there and 1 on this end. And then we are in the home stretch. So let's pull the backs off. Oh, I've run out of sticky, or I'm saturated is what I mean. I forgot to purge my take your pick tool. Go ahead and pull those off. And then this, because you totally deserve it, is gonna be right here in the center. And this is where you can write your sentiment or write, you know, who it's from. You can also add a piece on the back and put it on the back of your card, but you can write right here because it's gonna be covered. No one will see it. All right, so now we're going to adhere this on the inside of our card. And the way that I like to do it is I like to fold this, and I like this piece to lay so that it's even. So we're gonna put the same amount on this side as there is on this side. So it looks like we have quite a bit of room here to put some adhesive. I'm actually going to use my seal this time because I think having those long strips will be the way to go. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over. I'm going to put 2 lines, and then I'm going to do 2 lines on this side as well. Oops. Get it going again. There we go. All right, so I have 2 on either side, and I'm gonna hold this. And remember, we had about that much there. We want about even on the top and the bottom, and that was about on both sides. So once I'm happy, I'm gonna press it into place with it closed. And once I do that, it's going to put my adhesive in the right place, just like that. And that's down, and the center is open, and there is your double Z fold. So let's get our embellishments. Remember, we're using the solid faceted gems. I'm going to use these pink ones. And I think I'm going to take a large one and put it down here. And then another large one up here, and I'm gonna put a small one with this one. Maybe right like that. What do you guys think? I think it turned out super great. I hope that you enjoyed this video and the card, and that you will attempt to make it as well. If you don't subscribe to my channel, I would love it if you would try and hit that subscribe button and join me. You will get notifications when I post new videos. You'll also have access to new content first. And I am really grateful to have you on my channel. Don't forget the Wonderful World stamp set and the beautiful DSP. I used the Charming Sentiments today for my words. That's bundle right there. And I certainly enjoyed being here with you. Please join me again and share my channel with your friends. Hit that share button. You can also share this video to your Pinterest for later, for when you're ready to make it. I hope that you enjoyed watching me. I enjoyed having you here. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!